Peripheral manufacturers see smartphones as a blank canvas on which to paint their own vision of mobile phone perfection, mainly by creating devices which plug into or bolt onto them in order to improve a particular feature. A dedicated handheld games machine like Nintendo's 3DS or the PlayStation Vita is always going to trump a smartphone as far as playing games are concerned, mainly because of buttons and pads and analog sticks. These are simply more responsive and accurate than mashing your fingers joylessly against a phone's screen. Which is where the PowerShell comes in. Plug an iOS device like an iPhone 5 or a new iPod Touch with a lightning port on it into the shell, and it adds a D-pad, buttons and shoulder bumpers. The shell also acts as an additional battery, extending the phone's power reserves. However, not every iPhone game will work with the shell. At the moment, about 45 games are compatible, but that list is set to grow. When you do find a compatible game though, it does a pretty good job of transforming a telephone into a handheld games machine. The controls are responsive and it feels a lot less like you're playing a game on a phone. Smartphones can of course store and play music, and there are lots and lots of docks and speakers which phones plug into in order to listen to your stored up tunage. The HTC One phone has these speakers mounted on the front. Combine those with this 3D printed contraption called a Grammahorn 2 and you get a 50% volume increase. There aren't any electronics inside this thing at all. They're basically like an old-fashioned gramophone speaker. So, old school technology then, with a cutting-edge 3D printed twist. And with a price tag of £999, they're not cheap. However, if the 3D printed versions aren't cutting it for you, they are available in milled steel for the princely sum of £4,999. Ouch! Now, at this time of year, it's not uncommon for people to overindulge. But while eating too much simply leads to an expanded waistline, drinking too much alcohol can have more immediately dangerous effects, especially for anybody considering getting behind the wheel of a car. Well, Android and iOS smartphone users who are unsure if they've had one too many can plug this device called an Alcohoot into their phone, download the app that goes with it, plug the box into the phone via the headphone jack and blow into here. And in a few seconds the box analyses the user's breath to measure their blood alcohol level and provides an on-screen readout. I haven't had a drop all day. It can also keep a track of a user's blood alcohol over the course of a night and monitor if it's going up or down. And if the alcohol level is too high, then its user will definitely need to get a cab or make use of a sober designated driver.